I don't think I had the sound on, did I? What a twit. Right, let me say again that I'm going to use these. These are St. Petersburg Masterclass paints, so they're professional quality acrylics. They're St. Petersburg. As I say, I don't really know the brand, and I can't read Cyrillic. There's Cyrillic on one side, or they're Russian on one side, and then there are descriptions in English, but minus the actual maker's name. Oh no, here we are. Nevskaya Palitra, if my Russian is any good. Nevskaya Palitra, made in Russia in St. Petersburg. So there you go. There's paints available from craftystudio.ie. Very nice people in Raheny. They're the only suppliers of this paint, I think, in the country. So and they do a kind of a mail order or an internet order service. Everything's online. All right, so you can visit them, but I suppose if you're not in the area, then it makes it more difficult. So that's it. So hopefully we have sound now, and I shall change cameras to here. This is what I'm going to paint. As I said before, this is my palette. It's a Stay Wet palette. Got titanium white. Well, it's not. It's permanent yellow. I'll see what that's like. I'm not familiar with the actual pigment. Cadmium red, medium, sap green, and ultramarine blue. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mess around with these. I'm not going to do I'm not going to be particularly fussy about this because it's a sketchbook and I'm just testing out the paints. All right, so if I can get a bit closer on that, I'll get a bit closer in a minute. I'm just going to establish the area that I'm going to paint. I'm just going to paint a man with a hat, head of a man with a hat. And let's see what I can get here. See, I'm trying not to be too sort of fussy. So let's start out with a blotch. I'm going to get in a bit closer with mine. There we go. See what I probably also have to use the hairdryer as well. I've got a hairdryer here. There you go. So let's do a bit of an outline in blue, so at least you can see it. A man with a hat. Some eyes. Because it's acrylics and it's all opaque, you know, you can sort of you can change things. I mean, painting and art generally is all about making a mark and then correcting it anyway. So the hat doesn't have to be on his head, does it? It can be above. Let's see what happens here. I would kind of try and change around. I start drawing it, and then in order for it not to look too sort of, you know, tied into reality, I sort of change things around. Like, I mean, nobody has got a neck that massive, apart from Jeff Capes, I suppose. Who remembers him? That'll do. I'll put a couple of guidelines around there. So far so good. Paints are nice. They're nice sort of buttery quality to them. Yeah. I've taken to wearing a hat a lot of the time these days in the winter because it's cold, and in the summer because my balding head, I don't want to get too much sun to my balding pate. Let's put in a little bit of a surrounding. When you're painting on canvas with acrylics, I always find that at least the first coat, the paint kind of drags, and then as you put on succeeding coats, it all starts to get a lot easier and sort of a bit more like oils. But on paper, it's a bit different. Paper is actually sort of easier to get going, I think. Good lot of pigment in the paints. They go a long way. Nice. And of course, it's good to use a limited palette. Let's get that. Yeah. That's nice. I wonder how far I'll actually take this. I'm going to dry this, so I'm going to make a little bit of noise. And what I might do while I'm doing it is just turn the sound off. Okay, the sound should be back on now, I hope. Listen, if you are out there looking at this, sorry about the lack of sound at the first couple of minutes, but hopefully the sound should be back on now. And let me know if you're there and you're looking in. I suppose it would be nice to sort of hear from you. And I'm not sure how let me have a look. How I see whether you're there or not. I don't know if that's possible. I think most of the time people who look at these things tend to come in after the fact, when the video's up on Facebook or YouTube. Anyway, it'd be nice to hear from you one way or the other. Alright, well, I've got a kind of an idea of where I can go here. Is the light sort of shining on that too much, I wonder? Yeah, okay, let's see what I get on with next. So I might beef up that face a little bit, just make it a little bit more. Bit of a flesh tone there. Make his chin a little bit redder. And then add in a little bit of blue. Because I was painting with this palette yesterday, it's quite sort of difficult to find a space where I can get a clean spot. Let's have a look. A little bit of blue into that. And get his beard then. Okay. Maybe I can get a bit of shadow, put a bit of blue, green and red together. Yeah, they're nice, nice feel to the paints. I should have painted a kind of a generic Russian, shouldn't I? Another time. Shadow in the pit of the eye sockets. Make him blonde. Give him some hair. Let's get some green shadows in there in the flesh tones. Up around the eyes here. A bit more beard. Okay. Redder nose. Redneck. Yeah, they've got a nice feel to them, I have to say. A bit more yellow in that. Let's have a look at the eyes. Let's have them looking at us. To get a nice dark, I'm going to mix the blue, the red and the green together. That can be a lovely dark. More blue. More blue. A bit more red. I'll make a decent dark there. The eyes. Oh, that's not bad. Nostril. Nice dark in there. Hair. Luscious lips. Get some lighter skin tones in there as well. Make the eyes. Maybe there's a kind of a hazel, kind of grey, I suppose. There. And a couple of highlights. There. Some highlights in the lips. Around the nose. Just building it up like a mosaic. Dabs, lots and lots of dabs. A bit more beard. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, I keep picking up a lot of something's too light. Oh, that's better. So we'll get a bit of around the nostril there. Yeah, what else can I do around his pits of the eyes there? Kind of forgotten about the hat, haven't I? Do for his hair. Change that. It's a bit Russian looking. Delineate that a little bit. At least so you can actually see the thing. Okay. That'll do. Yeah, I like the feel of these paints. Nice. A good find. Nicely balanced. There we go. Yeah, good covering power. It's not like those awful, oh, what they call it, Galeria. Don't like them. Galleria. Let's make his hat a type of one that I would wear. Where's my other brush? Oh yeah. Bit of blue in that hair. I am winging it, of course, but that would be par for the course, wouldn't it? Me. there. You can actually sort of see that very well. But that's it though, just a little test for those acrylics. I really like them. I think they would. Let me see if I can sort of get this up closer to the... You know, plenty of body in them. You know, good strong colours, plenty of pigment. They work together well. Yeah, they cover very well. Yeah, I like them. Really good. Yeah. There you go. So here I am. That's it. I don't know whether that camera's any better. But, anyway, there you go. So that's the Nevskaya Palitra Masterclass Sap Green. I don't know. That's sap green. What I've got to hand here are the cadmium red light and permanent yellow. There you go. That's it for the Inky Road today. Not ink, but acrylic paints this time. But we are on this Inky Road. So if you do enjoy it, do let me know. If you don't bother. And I'll see you the next time for another randomly placed episode of the Inky Road. So take care of yourselves and keep drawing. And do subscribe to my newsletter on mcsherrystudio.com. Okay? Don't think you'll regret it. Have a lovely week. Bye.